Hey everybody, it's Weaver again, and so today I kind of met my quota of bigotry. How did I meet my quota of bigotry? Reddit. Now normally Reddit's pretty accepting and pretty on the ball about things. Unfortunately, every once in a while it does prove to be a gigantic microcosm of the United States, and as we all know, there are plenty of idiots in the United States. So, someone posted a meme, and for those of you who don't know what Reddit is, it is a forum-based website, and there are sub-forums that cover just about every topic that you could possibly want. But there's a meme, and I'll link it down below, and it says, now the title of this is, "Man dressed as a woman and his mom check into my hotel. It's obvious he must be transitioning to become female." And the actual meme says, now this is a bit wordy, "Mom keeps referring to him as her and she. She hands me an ID, which is him as a male. I only refer to him as her and she. They recommend me to management for being compassionate and understanding, and I receive a certificate for outstanding customer service from the CEO." Now, this is an excellent example of self-crowning as an ally. This is the kind of thing that should not be happening. And the worst part was the comments, because all of them were comments about how this person's doing such a great job and she should be so proud of herself and she's so good, blah, blah, blah. The reality is that no, she's not. The reality is that this is self-crowning and this is actually more harmful than it is good. Why is it more harmful? Because it's painting this picture that trans people will accept any compliment that you give us as long as it's phrased with the correct pronouns to our face. And it doesn't matter how you actually view us as long as you say stuff that appeases us. This isn't the case. We actually do want to be accepted as people, believe it or not, and we don't believe that you should be commended for every time that you're not a raging, as one person put it, shitlord, which I think that term is incredibly appropriate given the circumstances. But this person wasn't satisfied, and neither were many of the commenters. And quite a few of them were from gay men. Now, I'm just pointing this out. If you're a gay man and you're commenting on the treatment of trans people because you're an ally, and that's fine if you're an ally, but the reality is that playing the gay card because that instantly makes you an expert on all things trans is like a Chinese person claiming that their Chinese heritage gives them credence talking about the Rwandan massacre. It doesn't work that way. They're completely unrelated. We're actually only in the same group together because they were both considered sexual disorders. That's pretty much it. We're both minorities and we're both in the same group because we are minorities based on our gender and sex. But that's about it. And for you to claim that you know about one because you are another doesn't really work. It doesn't add up. So we don't need that help really either, especially when you're saying things like, and now this is paraphrased, but this is pretty on point. I think that as a gay man, a trans person should just be happy that they're not being called it, which was an actual comment. Now, this kind of behavior is pathetic, and the worst part is that the people who stood up to this are being told that they're being catty and unapproachable, and that they should just be happy that someone's heart is in the right place. And the issue with the heart in the right place argument with this is that it's literally stating that trans people should just be happy trans people should just be happy with anything that they get, even if it's offensive. The reality is that no, we shouldn't. And no, we don't. We don't need that kind of publicity, and we don't need that kind of support. Because that isn't support, that isn't help, that's actually doing more harm. How is that doing more harm? Because again, it's pointing out that nobody sees this as actually the gender that we're transitioning into, but instead like this weird mockery, this magic trick of a man dressed as a woman. So, why is this bad? Because it's literally showing people that, not treating us like monsters is like the best thing on the planet, even if you're not treating us as people. And no, there is no middle ground to this. Either treat us as people or don't. But there is no middle ground. If you think you're in the middle ground, you're not. You're a bigot. That is the easiest way to tell. If you think you're in the middle ground, if you think there's a gray area, there's not. You're a bigot. That's the easiest way to figure this shit out. And it doesn't take any kind of degree. You don't have to go to college for this. You just have to have some level of cognizant thought, and you have to be able to put yourself in someone else's shoes. That's called empathy. You should really have developed that by the time you were about 6 years old. Unfortunately, most people didn't, and they believe that anybody who's different is so put upon and should be nice because I'm nice to them because I don't murder them. And that isn't grounds for me commending you. That's actually not helpful in the slightest. It's helpful in that I don't want to be murdered, but it's not helpful in that I also want to be treated as a person, and I don't think that that's too much to ask. I don't think it's too much to ask that this person should have used the correct pronouns throughout the entire thing, as well as in all of the comments, which she didn't. She actually never once used the correct pronouns. I think the commendation was a complete lie. I don't think she actually did this. I think it was just like a ploy, and the worst part is that it really dragged out the worst. It dragged out the worst of Reddit, and unfortunately that seems to happen a lot pretty much any time that there's a topic about the LGBT. So that's going to do it for my rant today. Like I said, I'll link down below, and there's actually a link below that goes to the comments on Reddit, and I'll link that as well. I hope that you guys enjoy this, because it almost gave me an aneurysm. I was so pissed off. So, take care, lots of love, bye.